Hello, hello everybody. I'm Erin and this is Sunshine Witch Tarot. Back with some messages. Again, I'm still working on the regularity of this channel. Trying to figure out the audio visual stuff. I think I have it figured out mostly. So yeah, I'm excited to get started. This message is for those who need rest. So if you need rest, this is a message for you. All right. Message for those who need rest. Who needs rest here? I think everybody's in a space that needs, I think everybody needs rest right now. Let's see. Spirit, what are the messages for those who need rest? I'm getting the word time. So maybe you don't feel like you have enough time to rest. I know right now a lot of people especially a lot of younger people are feeling like they have to do so many things in order to be successful enough to achieve the life that they've wanted. I'm being called to tell you, forget about that expectation, right? Really dig deep and try and figure out if that life is even what you want. Because I can tell you right now that the life I thought I wanted even 2 years ago is completely different than the life I want now. Completely different. Like, I used to want this, maybe not a mansion, but enough room for all of these things that I wanted to do. Enough room for, a family. But now I don't even think I want, like, a family or children. And I'm not married anymore. And I don't want to be in the city. I want to be outside of the city. So it's completely different, right? It's completely different for every person. And that's fine if you want to live, in the city and be married and have children. That's completely valid. But for everyone who's questioning, if the expectations set up by society or set up by your parents or what you just felt like you wanted last year, really try and decide, is that the life I really want, or is that just what's expected of me? Because if you can cut out some time for yourself to rest, like, isn't rest the most important thing? Isn't peace the most important thing? I don't know. It is in my book, but maybe it's not for everybody. Okay, one more. Oof. Ooh, ah. All right, let's see what you got for these folks. Yes. Adversity, change, gratitude. Okay, so I'll read you these messages. So adversity says, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Okay. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So, right off the bat, it feels like you're fighting me on this rest thing. You may not even know you need rest, maybe, although I do hope that this message reaches those who don't even know that they need rest, right? You know, to overcome adversity, it feels like you feel like in order to overcome adversity, you have to work harder. And for some people, that may be their truth, right? That may very well be what they believe and what society's expectations have put forth. And for some people, that is their calling, right? Like if you're in any group of people that must overcome adversity, it must feel, and me included, right? It must feel like you have to work harder than those around you that just feel like they get everything easily, right? And don't get me wrong, that definitely happens. Society is extremely flawed in that way. And for some people, that is their work, right? But maybe for you, you don't have to do that, right? Maybe you can let that go for yourself. And then change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Definitely. I mean, it's true. And a lot of the times it's really painful. And letting go of things that you feel like are extremely important to you for your peace and well-being, that's really painful. It can be really painful. Definitely. I understand. And I'm with you. I've done it. So, yeah. And then gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. I mean, everyone should be waking up every day with an abundance of gratitude for the life that they're living, for the things that they have, for the family that they have, for the life they've been given, even if their family sucks. So there's always at least one or two things in your life to be grateful for. I'm grateful for this candle, right? I am. I'm grateful for these cards. I'm grateful for my breath. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for the ability to reach y'all, right? I'm grateful for the sunshine. I'm grateful for the rain. I'm grateful for the ability to grow plants. I'm grateful for my cats, right? There's at least one or two things, and it may not seem like big things to you, but it is. If you train your brain to have gratitude as your first response to things, it changes your life. Even if you don't necessarily have the time to rest right now, just changing your attitude about what you have achieved. Like, I'm grateful that I am at this level in my job. I'm grateful that I make enough money to buy food for myself every month and pay my rent. I am grateful for the ability to do what I love, right? Yes. Any more? No. Okay. Alrighty, let's get started. Okay, so over here, under adversity is going to be your existing energies, like your current energies, current influences. The middle column is going to be your influences or energies in the future. And then gratitude, or under gratitude, is going to be final outcome. Remember that you can change your final outcome. Free will exists. I have no control over what you choose to do with your life. So yeah, just remember that. Okay, let's see. Oy vey. Okay. Hi, baby. Ooh. Let's see. Messages for those who need rest. Messages for those who need rest. Messages for those who need rest. 3 more? No. Okay. Cut. Okay. 2 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, and the Star, the Fool, the Hermit, 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, Judgment, and the 10 of Wands, or 10 of Swords. Yes, okay. So, already, just with the 10 of Swords being your last card, this is an end of a cycle, right? It feels like this very much is the life that you are expected to live, whether you put those expectations, yes, other people may expect you to do things, but the only reason you feel pressure about those expectations is because you accept them into your life. If you don't accept expectations into your life, they have they're cut at the root. There's no pressure about them at all. I speak from experience. Let's see. Okay, so this definitely feels like the life that you are expected to take, right? It feels like you're expected to find your partner. You're expected to build this community, potentially be part of a religion, and it was all laid out for you already. Like, it was already predetermined. But here you are wanting to start a new cycle, go down a new path. Or maybe you don't even know that you want to yet. You just know that this feels overwhelming. You feel tired, right? Of this energy, of these expectations. This feels like too much, right? It feels like you have to work so hard. It's just wild to me when the cards reflect exactly what I was saying before, right? Like, this very much is what I was talking about, right? Like, society expects you to do a certain thing and be a certain way.
I'm not sure I understand.
Ooh. Ignore that. Siri got overwhelmed. Actually, let me turn that off. Hold on. Does airplane mode do that? I don't know. Well, we'll see. Okay, so life just feels very overwhelming because of these expectations of society, or you or your family, or whoever has put on you. But I see you making a big change soon. You're starting, so you have two major arcana here, right? Like, or arcana. You have the Fool, which is the beginning of a new journey, right? And then you have the Hermit, which is very much like, it's, well, first of all, it's in the middle of your reading, so most important card in the deck, right? You're going your own path. You're becoming your own guide, it feels like. You're making decisions for yourself. You will probably be spending a lot of time by yourself, trying to figure out exactly what that path is, but you're gonna do it on your own with no expectations. You're gonna shut those out. And then the Five of Pentacles, to me, always just, I'm leaving these expectations. I'm leaving this community. I'm leaving the expectations of society. I'm leaving this kind of abundant, stable life for something that will bring me peace, that will bring me rest, that'll bring me joy and abundance, right? Amazing. Okay. And then the Three of Wands always feels like, okay, I'm looking out over here. I'm looking out over here. Here, I'll show you the card. I'm looking out over this, body of water. Where am I going? I know exactly where I'm going. I'm trying to reach this other side of this water. And it feels like he's reaching for these wands to like build a bridge or build a raft or something. Like, all right, let's do this, right? You're trying to figure out the best way to get across this in the tarot, water represents emotions and kind of like relationships, emotions and relationships. And I really feel like you're letting go of the emotional attachment that you hold about society or about this life that you were expected to live, right? And you're crossing over that. You're making the journey through that to get to the other side, to get to the side where you really will find joy and peace. Judgment to me feels like a timing card. It feels like, it feels like a combination of things, but the Judgment is generally a fast-paced card. So it feels like you'll be making this decision rapidly, and you'll start on this journey rapidly. Like, you'll get some kind of trigger, and you'll be like, all right, time to go. Like, time to let these things go. Time to change the way I'm thinking about my life. Time to, whatever. And then also become a very, very, like, I don't know if you can see that. Time to become a very, very strict kind of gatekeeper for who is allowed in my life, right? And like what thoughts I allow into my like conscious decisions. And am I just going with the flow, or am I going my own path, right? Because it's really, for a lot of people, it's really, really easy to just do the life that society puts out for you. Although, not so much anymore. Life is just hard in general now. But, and I feel like it's only getting harder. But it almost feels like you're going to have no issue with that. It's going to feel so much easier moving the way that, your hermit self has identified, like, this is my path. I meditate. meditate, really figure out like what this thing for you is. And nobody can tell you what it is, right? This path that you want to go on. Nobody can tell you what exactly it is. We're only here to guide you. We're not here to tell you what your path is. And then obviously, Ten of Swords, end of a cycle, right? You're completely pivoting from your existing life and you're moving into something restful. I mean, I know that he's got 10 swords in his back, but he's looking across the water like, damn, I'm so glad I made it. Because if you look, right, the water, I don't know if you can see this, but the land across the water from the Three of Wands is really brown, and the water that the land that he's reached over here is brown. He's crossed the water. He's across the water. And he's resting now, right? He's cutting out all the things that don't benefit him, that aren't for his best and highest good. And he's releasing all those things and he's resting, right? On the other side of that emotional ocean, right? All right, let's get some clarifications. Although that was pretty straightforward, but let's get a couple clarification cards. All right, let's see. Let's clarify the star. I just want to make sure that there's no like hidden meaning behind the star. I always feel like the star is kind of a hard one to judge. Oh, the moon and death energy. Wow. They showed up right away. How many more? 4 more. Okay. The star again and death again. Wow. Baby. 4. All right. Little kitten has decided to join. Well, now he's playing. Cut. No, okay. Star card. Yep. Yeah, okay. Yep. Okay. So you got the Page of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Three of Swords. Definitely. Okay. So this definitely feels like something that you feel emotionally attached to. This life, you have some kind of emotional attachment here. Potentially a lover, potentially children. That's for a few of you. But I really feel like you're just letting go of those expectations. Maybe. Yes. All right. Maybe having a family is the biggest expectation that you're like really not feeling. Or maybe you find out or have found out that you can't have children, and that has really wounded your heart. Get one more for this guy. Emperor. Really? The Devil. Oh, geez. Okay. Okay, well, you could either be an Aries or be dealing with one, or you could be a Capricorn or be dealing with one. Um, what are these guys? This almost feels like this feels like some kind of toxic relationship, potentially. Or it's causing you some kind of emotion, like intense emotional withdrawal. Like you're hurting, but you don't feel like you can express it. Ooh, babe. The person you could also be dealing with some kind of addiction. Mm-hmm. Which is causing you to not feel like you can move away from this life. Maybe there's something in this that you feel so drawn to. I feel like it's a partner. Yeah, it's making you ignore this path, or it's making you, that connection is making you blind to your ability to move forward on this new path. It definitely could be an addiction. It definitely could be a toxic partnership. Potentially someone that you think is a twin flame, if you believe in twin flames. But I don't think it is. I don't think they're your twin flame. Or if they are, they're not at a space in their life where they can be in a healthy relationship with you. It feels like there needs to be separation. All right, let's see. Let's do the Fool. Shuffle. 3. Jupiter. Hi. Are you chilling now? Okay, what is this Fool? Cut? No. Okay. All right, so the Two of Swords, Temperance, and the Star. So, okay, I understand. So this actually makes a lot of sense. So this definitely feels like the path that you are destined to take, right? Like this feels like it's a healing journey that you literally are just guided towards, like, right? But something here, some connection, some expectation, some really painful situation, an addiction is not allowing you to see that this is actually what's meant for you, this new path, right? So yes. Oh, yes. Okay. So you feel like this path, that this life that you're on is what's destined for you. This partnership, this lifestyle, this family thing, whatever this is, you feel like that's destiny, but it's not. Your true destiny is on this new path. Oof, babes. Believe me, I did the same thing. I believed my ex-husband was my soulmate. And depending on what you believe about soulmates, right? I do believe he was a soulmate. He definitely was what I needed when I needed it. And then I stopped needing those things and it became stagnant. And stagnation in life is not healthy, in my opinion, at all. Like, I mean, I'm a Sagittarius, so I don't know how much this, like, will ring true for everyone, but to me, when you hit a place of stagnation, it just doesn't feel right. There's no growth, is what it feels like. I've learned to accept certain elements of stagnation, like the things that are meant for you are coming, you're meant to be preparing. But if there's stagnation in a connection with somebody, that doesn't feel good. And I understand that. But your connection seems very toxic. Very toxic. And very, like, domineering. And that ain't right. It feels like over here you have a ton of healing that's going to take place as soon as you make this choice. You will realize your true path. You'll be guided. You're literally guided at a crossroad. You're at a crossroads, right? Close your eyes. Let whatever you feel is best feel, not think. Whatever you feel. Listen to your heart, not your head. That's so cliche, but it's so true. Is let your spirit guides, let your intuition, let your heart make a decision about where to go from here. And there's going to be a ton of healing coming in, and you'll recognize your true destiny after that. There could be a Sagittarius that potentially is a trigger for you. That may or may not be me. I don't know. All right, let's see. The Hermit. What's the Hermit? Let's see. How many? Shuffle? Yes. How many? 4. Okay. Sorry, I think there's a car alarm going off outside. I don't know if y'all can hear it. What's going on with this Hermit in the middle of the... see. Yes. Hell yes. Okay. So you got, not qualifying. Oh, it's interesting that I said that. Clarifying The Hermit, we have the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Tower. So this definitely feels like you're standing in your power. You're realizing your abilities and your accomplishments, and it's causing you a tower moment, right? In the best way. I feel like this is going to be really emotionally painful for you, but you're also just like, I'm not willing to deal with that anymore. Right? Like, no. Excuse me. Now I'm tired. I need rest. I feel like that's what it's going to feel like, right? You're just going to be like, oh God, when can this be done? Like, I just need this to be done. I need this to be done right now. I've also felt that. Like, you realize what you're supposed to be doing. You realize how much power you have and what you've accomplished in your life. And you're like, why am I even dealing with this? Why is this even a thing that I'm allowing in my life? Why is this energy? Why am I allowing this in my life? Why are you? Cut it out. Not you cut it out. Cut that out, right? Cut that situation out of your life. This could be a cycle, actually, also. For some of you, this may be like your understanding of what relationships are about, what they're supposed to look like, how they're supposed to feel. Or maybe you're hoping for like the King of Cups kind of energy, but all you're getting is the Emperor and the Devil, like an overbearing or a toxic, and that's all you're getting, right? And you're like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong, babes. You just aren't on your right path yet. But you will be rapidly, very soon. All right, Five of Pentacles. What's going on for that? Shuffle? Five for five. All right, let's see. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, you're leaving. You're out of there. You're saying, absolutely not am I dealing with this anymore. Four of Pentacles. In this deck, it always feels like I'm leaving with what I've accomplished. I'm leaving by myself. Bye. Like, I'm leaving with the abundance I've accumulated myself. And I'm leaving society. It almost feels like societal, like, expectations, right? You're leaving this city here to go do your own thing. Yeah, I love that. And then the Moon to me always feels like, you know, fears and the unknown. You're like, I'm out here and I'm changing these things, but I don't know what's next for me, right? Like, this is scary. I get that. It definitely can be scary. But You're finally gonna rest. The Four of Swords. You're finally gonna rest. You're gonna heal your heart. You're gonna hang out, you know, before you get started on potentially your brand new life, or, you know, as you're planning it, as you're exiting, you're giving yourself lots of time to rest and recover and heal. Yes. And then even though you don't know what's on the other side, you're like, I've had enough of that. I've had enough of this bullshit. I love it. You set your boundaries. I love that. Okay. The Three of Wands. What's going on with that? No? Yes. The Lovers at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. I love this. Okay. So yes, the Six of Swords, definitely you are, you know, working with your spirit guides to get you across this this water, right? You're working with your spirit guides. They're guiding you across this emotional and kind of painful period of your life, and getting, you know, moving you through those expectations, those attachments, all of that good stuff. They're guiding you towards potentially doing some inner child work. Definitely. Healing some expectations. Healing why you have certain expectations. And you're moving into that period very quickly. There's a lot of trust here, and I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. Yeah. Yes! Okay, cool. Okay. Let's see, Judgment. 4. Okay. Hey. Yes. Yes. Okay. So I see my favorite king in the whole deck, the King of Pentacles. It feels like they're coming in to kind of assist you in some way. It could be like a father figure. It could be your actual dad. Or it could also just be a very successful, very grown up, very mature masculine energy that's entering your life, and maybe is helping you make some decisions to make to balance your abundance with your wishes, like with your desires. with your spirituality. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles always feels like a balance, right? Like you can do this thing while also doing this thing. You can, get in touch with spirit and be spiritual and still make money, right? Or you can, be creative, make art, and still make money. You just have to find the right way, and it feels like the King of Pentacles is really going to help, like, kind of guide you in that direction. Maybe they have some kind of experience that will help you, or some advice potentially. And then the Ten of Swords, let's see. I mean, we all know what this is, but do we need to clarify? No? Oh, okay. All right. Do we need to clarify anything else? Three of Pentacles? Okay, it's asking me to clarify the Three of Pentacles, which is back over here in your current energies. So let's see if we've got any messages here. Shuffle, yes. How many? 2? Okay. 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 Yeah, so this, okay. So this could, I feel like this definitely has to do with your religion. You got the Hierophant, the King of Wands, or the Knight of Wands, and the Strength. Yeah. Strength, what is the Strength? Okay. Okay, so this feels like something you have built. This feels like a community that you've built and that you feel like makes you stronger. You can still have that. You can still have a connection to your religion. There's no like, okay, there's no reason why you should let go of something that makes you happy, right? If it truly makes you happy, truly, deeply, internally makes you happy, there's no reason for you to let go of that. Even if you let go of the religion, if it was a healthy space, you can still meet those people. Just because you're transforming doesn't mean other people will. But it also doesn't mean you necessarily have to let go of those people if it was a healthy space, right? If it's not a healthy space, then, I mean, my advice is to let it go, and because where you're going, there's no room for things that are unhealthy for you. There's no room for things that don't feel amazing, right? If there's any kind of lack of joy here, or lack of being able to be yourself, or lack of acceptance in this space, even though you've helped build this space and you've built this community, you need to let it go. But if it truly brings you joy and truly brings you peace, if this was your like one area that you're like, this was my happy place, then keep it. If it was really truly healthy, then they would be fine with you not being part of that religion necessarily. Or you can keep that religion. You can keep this religion and still be connected to spirit and still be doing these things, right? There's no, like, it's not black and white. Life is not black and white at all. As much as sometimes I feel like it is. It's not. It's like millions of shades of gray. Just because you're letting this go doesn't mean you have to let this go, right? So, and if you're not ready to let this go, don't, right? Let the things go that you're like, ugh, gross. Like, I can't, this is just too much, right? Like, I've achieved this kind of like enlightenment, you know, of like, these things in my life are just not for me. Let those things go. You can still be religious. There's no like, nobody's saying that just because you're spiritual or just because you're like on this other path, nobody's saying you have to let go of your religion. So that, I think, is for just a couple of people. Yeah. I'm getting Spirit's giving me the South. So I'm assuming maybe there's some kind of potentially group of people who live in the South. Not this, but like there's a few viewers here that maybe live in the South that are struggling with that. Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's really bringing you joy and abundance and maybe not rest, but for some of you, you are going to leave it. It's up to you. Like I said, I can't tell you what to do. You can do whatever you want. For some of you, this is a good space. For some of you, this is not a good space. But do leave this, please. If you got anything from this, leave this cycle of making bad choices in partners or ignoring red flags. That's another big one. Or, you know, settling for people who are not what you have identified you want and need, right? Okay. That's your reading. You could be dealing with Aries, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Virgo, Cancer, Aquarius. I think that's all of them. Yeah, okay. If you liked this video, please smash that like button here, as they say here on YouTube. If you want to be notified when I put out new videos, go ahead and subscribe. If you think this resonated, maybe not with you so much, but with somebody you know, share all the knowledge. Yeah. Please comment if you feel like this resonated with you. I'd like to hear about it. I want to know what's going through y'all's mind. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining me.